Welcome back to United Tradesman Academy. Nice brisk morning. I'm assuming it's probably about maybe in the low 50s or high 40s. So I'm going to give you some of my tips to staying warm as a tradesman out of these elements. It's going to be 5 quick tips. So my first quick tip is going to be a balaclava. So this particular balaclava, it's made by REI. You don't necessarily have to get this one, but they sell them in Walmart. But I tend to go for a little bit better quality because they last longer. So this one, man, this one covers your entire face. It covers your cheeks, it covers your chin, it covers your throat, it covers portions of your forehead, and also too, it has a double layer of protection for your ears. So you got the first layer, which is just the mask material right here. Then you have this second layer right here that goes around the ear also. So dealing with the cold elements, and if your neck is exposed, you have to remember your jugular vein is right around your neck here. Not around your neck, but it goes up. And you have warm blood that's passing through that jugular vein. Well, if it's exposed, that blood is not gonna stay the same temperature. So you definitely wanna have it covered up. You know, I like to have a turtleneck that comes all the way up first, and then I'll have this over my turtleneck, so I have double layer protection around my neck. You want to keep that blood that's flowing through your body warm, because of your extremities, your fingers, your feet, your jugular vein. Those are all areas that are exposed to the elements, and you want to keep that blood warm. Okay guys, my next quick tip is going to be wearing the proper gloves. You definitely want to have on the proper gloves. And I know sometimes that when you have on gloves, it's hard to work. It's hard to grip your screwdriver. It's hard to grip your drill. It's hard to grip anything when you have on a thick glove. So I like the gloves that come up past your wrist here. Now, why I like the glove that come up past the wrist? Because my jacket, my layers, I can push them down into the top of the glove. Because you have to imagine that when that wind is blowing, you don't want that. If your jacket is over the glove like that, the wind is going to go into the jacket and up your arm. So you want to have it to where that your sleeve is pushed into the glove like that. So when that wind comes, it goes over the glove and not and it goes over the glove and over the sleeve, and not where it's going to go. The wind is going to go into the arm. So definitely a good pair of thick gloves. The outside of these, it's a rain resistant, moisture resistant, and also too, you got some little grippy on the inside palms here. Okay guys, next quick tip number 3 is going to be a wool sweater. So this wool sweater here, this is a Army surplus 100% wool sweater. Now, in order to find one of these, you may have to look online, look on eBay, or go to an Army surplus store. Why I chose wool? Wool is the warmest out of all of the materials: cotton, synthetic, linen, silk. Wool retains some of its heating properties even if it gets wet. Now, when you put this wool on here, you're gonna find yourself wanting to take it off because it's gonna keep you really warm. So how I wear this wool sweater is I'll have on several layers under this. So I have on my base layer, which is the I have on my first layer, which is the close contact with my skin. That's a tight fitting wicking shirt, and then I'll have on a long sleeve thermal like this, and then over that thermal I have another t-shirt on, another tight fitting t-shirt on under that, or I'll have on like a regular polo shirt right here. I'm sorry, I have a jacket on. I have on a regular polo shirt, and then I'll have this on. So before I put this on right here, I'll have on at least 3 to 4 layers. You know, you have to imagine it's about 20 degrees outside. So I'll have on 3 to 4 undergarments before I even have this on top. So once I have this on top, I'll have on a jacket like what you see me have on right now, and then on top of that, I'll have on my my wood vest. I'm sorry, not wood vest. I have on my vest here with the sleeves cut out. And you may ask why I wear so many layers. Well, there's a study done that says every 10 degrees of temperature drop, you should add 1 layer of clothing. So just say if it's 50 degrees outside, right? Now you may have on 2 layers or maybe 3 layers. Well, if it goes down to 40, you need to add on an extra layer. If it goes down to 30, that means you need to add on an extra layer. So every 10 degrees of temperature drop, you need to add an extra layer of clothing. And this alone by itself equals to about, I would probably say maybe 3 layers of clothing, just because it's wool and it's 100%, and how close knit it's knitted. All right guys, so let's move on to the 4th quick tip on how to stay warm. So just like on the 3rd tip, I had a wool sweater. Well, these are wool socks. Same thing goes. These retain their heat value even if it gets wet. So yeah, they're gonna be a little bit thicker. You may wanna go a size up in your boot or your shoe, meaning if you're a 12, you may wanna get a 13 to compensate for how thick these are. 100% merino wool on these socks. Now, they are expensive. These socks, maybe just for 1 pair, well, with inflation right now, 1 pair maybe $25. But I bought these, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. I have several pairs of them. I bought them like 5 years ago, so they were a lot cheaper then. Now, here's one thing you got to take into consideration. Your feet are gonna be warm, so when you have warmness, your body will start to sweat, especially your feet. So I always bring a 2nd pair of socks with me. Either I'm gonna bring 2 pairs of wool socks, or if I have just on a regular cotton sock, I'm gonna have 2 pairs of cotton socks with me. So right up around 12 o'clock, my socks will be wet. So now it'll be time for me to change to my 2nd pair of socks, so my feet will stay dry and they will stay warm. Because like I said, once that moisture gets on your feet and you're outside, your feet are gonna get really cold really fast. So you wanna keep your feet dry as possible. All right guys, so quick tip number 5. Hey, I cannot live without these Carhartt bibs right here. Look, these are the older style. You don't see the liner on the inside that's red anymore. I'm not saying too much about the newer ones, but if I were you, if you want to get some Carhartt bibs, I will look online to find the ones that got the red insulated liner. It's gonna be a little bit thicker. So now when I put these on, I'm thinking about layering. So the whole entire video, I've been talking about layers, layers, layers. So I'm gonna put this on right here, just like that. So I like wearing this because it allows me to be layered up on my core and on my legs, and I still have free range of motion on my arms. A lot of times when you're in the trade, you have to work above your head. And if you have on too many layers, then you won't be able to stretch your arm up. It's gonna be like a workout. It's gonna be too much resistance. So you saw it took me 30 seconds to put this on, you know, and so it has zippers to where I could, let me point the camera down a little bit here. Zippers on both sides. I can close that down and I can close that down. Perfect for winter. You know, I wear these on the farm. I wear these when I'm chopping wood. I'm wearing these when I'm outside riding a 4-wheeler, when I'm riding horses. These are multi-purpose. Now, the older style, they are a little bit more expensive, but I've had these for at least 5 years, maybe even 6 years, and I have not torn them up. I mean, I went across nails, you know, and they didn't rip. Now, the newer style ones, I've had 2 pairs of the newer style ones, and when I went across the nails and stuff, that it tore a big hole. It's just hanging, you know, it's just hanging, you know. So these are much more heavy duty right here. Carhartt, way to go. All right, last but not least, this Mr. Buddy heater. Look, this is gonna be your best friend when it's cold outside, because you can warm your hands up, you can heat food up, you can warm your feet up. I've done so much with this stuff. I mean, even so much as to I had to bend a piece of PVC pipe. I had to put a 90 on it, or offset, and I use this Buddy heater just like a PVC bender, a PVC pipe bender. So it only takes a propane tank, one propane tank. You can just unscrew it. You can buy these little refillable tanks at Walmart. Just like that. Also has a carry handle, so wherever you're trying to carry it to, whether you're out on a job site, if you're in a home, wherever you're at, you can take this little Buddy heater, Mr. Buddy heater with you, and get the job done, stay warm. So guys, look, I know I said there's gonna be 5 quick tips, but the Buddy heater, that was a bonus. That's my little secret. No, I'm just joking. I know sometimes on job sites they have the big propane heaters that they have them sitting in the hallway and it's blowing hot air down. So those are good too. Hey guys, look, thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time back at United Tradesman Academy.